All right, good morning. Comment allez-vous? Love the brown leather belt. Yeah, check this out. Matching shoes. That's what Dwayne do. You guys ready to go? Good morning, it's a Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah, boy. All right, hey, good morning. Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of approximately 20,000 foreign exchange traders. That's a lot. This is a small niche industry. Punks come and go, but us pros, oh yeah, nice. So I'm going to try to tackle some technical analysis, some fundamental analysis, maybe some trader psychology. But here's the thing, you're the boss. I just got to charge my phone, put it over there. You're the boss. I'm a servant. And so I don't know what we're going to do today. What do you want to do? What's on your mind? Yen pairs, Swissy pairs, dollar pairs? Those are our funding currencies. Risk on, risk off, short term, long term. We can cover all of that, but the thing is, you need to ask. So please get involved, ask questions. With that being said, let me remind you that trading is risky. It's not appropriate for everyone. Oh, no. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. So yeah, I have been doing this a long time. I've seen a lot of things. Things have come and gone, boom and bust cycles multiple times, multiple recessions, multiple significant pullbacks in the stock market, multiple crises. So I am happy to share what I learned from all of that experience. But again, you are the one that dictates what we covered today, which means you need to ask for resources. Over the years, people have asked me to write a book. I've done that. The link is in the description below. People have asked for free training video courses. The links to that are in the description below. Other people want deep dive, dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of hours of hardcore training. Well, that is available. The link is in the description below, and that costs $88 per year. It's not a lot of money, bro. Okay? People have asked me for my chart templates. Oh, the link to those are in the description below. It's $5. So there's no reason, as you can see, the way I've priced things is in a way that clearly I'm not here to kind of get you to buy stuff. There are resources and it costs time and money to create, but obviously they're very approachable, is one way of saying it. Now, I would say once you get all that together, you're going to need to then practice your trading strategies, develop confidence and skills to trade real money. You're going to need to start a relationship with a broker. I recommend tradersway.com. The link to tradersway.com is in the link in the description below the video. Of course, you could just type in tradersway.com. There you'll find fast execution speed, narrow spreads, big swaps, all that's good. MT4, MT5, C-Trader, all that's good. But you should choose a broker based on that as a bare minimum, but also ethics. Yeah, business ethics. Okay? And Traders Way proved their business ethics to me in the real world under very big duress that put other brokers out of business. And right then and there, through their actions and their business model, Traders Way earned my loyalty and respect. Not a sales pitch, not an ad, not a Facebook post or whatever. Their actions. So tradersway.com. Let's see. We have 45 people answered a poll. Let's take a look. Okay. All right. What's on your mind today? 39% USD, 32% Japanese yen, 17% is other, and only 10% Swiss franc. Interesting. All right. All right. All right. Very good. Right now, Aussie's strong. Yen is recovering. Dollar's been strong. Swissy's been strong. Definitely hesitation in the market. Now, there's a reason yen is getting strong, and that just might last a while. But I'll leave it at that. Let's go to commodities and take a look at where they are, give us a sense of risk on and risk off. And this is the apex. Okay, we had an apex here yesterday. My troubles seemed so far away. Okay, cool. We had it set up like this. Okay, and then you'd want to go smaller time frame than that, and you'll see that there's a little up, down, up. There's your little breakout trade, up. There's another one, up. Okay. You'll notice that there's a break, roll, reversal. Okay, break, roll, reversal, break. Now, if it breaks that, maybe you get a scenario like pachow. Obviously, there's a little challenge to our left that you can't see here, but you should know it's there. Okay, there you go. Okay, with that, you would probably expect strong commodities. Strong commodity currencies. So I go back to the indice here. And Aussie strong. CAD was strong, is giving back, which is kind of interesting. There might be an opportunity in there. Go back to commodities. But I see oil up, but I think risk on. Gold. Depends on how you measure it. Okay. You could see, the thing is, there's no trend except sideways, right? But if this was a trend, you would buy a dip to the roll reversal. But you'd have to look at this and tell me it's a trend. Okay. It might be. It might be a short-term trend. It looks more like sideways, but there's, if you wanted to, that's how you would do this. Okay. Up, 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 down, down, buy. Biddy, 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 still sideways. Okay. So it depends what it does now. Okay. If it wants to go up, it'll probably find some support in here. And if it doesn't, then we're probably going to just wait around Okay? It'll be a big waiting game. I'm not sure what you're asking, Theta. I must have missed it. Hang on, I need to put my cappuccino. Okay. So you see what I mean? If you were looking to buy it, now would be the time to be interested in watching and setting it up technically. I'd probably be on a 5-minute chart, looking for proper behavior. And that would be sort of the down, the up, the down, the up, the down, the up, the down, the up at some point. Whoop. Their Theta institutional investors would be in the process. So since the Fed meeting, they probably would have had some discussions as a team. And if it's a big company, like let's say a mutual fund, they might have investment committees as well that makes decisions. And that process of, adjusting current portfolios. So like yesterday, for example, I have the position, this is the stock market, right? And in my stock market portfolio, I took one position, it was up 16%. And I sold half of the position and then put limit orders for different stocks, assuming a small dip, like maybe a 3% dip in those stocks. And so I took money out of the winner, out of that one, and then put that cash and reserve them for small pullbacks so that really I can be in those new trades now the rest of the quarter. Okay? And I think that's what a lot of institutional investors would be doing. They're having a meeting now that the Fed has given us a lot of information. They're like, okay, how do we want to play the next quarter? How do we want to play the rest of the year? Amateur traders just jump in, they come in, they make their 5 or 6 trades, they make their 20, 30, 40, 50 pips, and they're done for the day. They exit all their trades and they go home with no positions. So institutional investors wouldn't do it that way. So they're asking the bigger question. What's the next 3, 6, and 9 month outlook? Good morning, Maida. Okay. And the timing of that is the end of the month. So they might exit some trades now. They might enter some trades now. Then the new month comes in. Maybe they exit some trades there and then enter some new ones. But that's a key point, right? The end of the quarter. Taking a look here. Okay, again, commodities are doing well. Okay. Doing well. South African Rand has dropped to the next level. Awesome blossom. Theta says, many talks about May and summer and see more money into the market. Wrong. That would be exactly wrong. So I don't know who you talk to, but by the time summer comes along, no, wrong. So I will take profit in that point. So whoever wants to Many talks about May and market. I'm going to sell them my positions for a profit. No, it's quite warm and comfortable in here, Pete. So anyways, these are doing really well. I know this is peso, so you're like, well, what's a pip worth? Well, if this was a euro dollar, this would be 550 pips profit. Approximately. And Rand is doing well now as well. Refreshed, working. Yeah, that happens. Yep. Hey, back in the day, back in the 90s, the first browsers, you had to manually, empty your cache. And you literally had to go into your cache folder and delete it. Just amazing. I had an employee who worked for me. She had something like $40 million in the bank. And she worked directly for Jim Clark. And if you're a fan of the history of the Silicon Valley, you know who Jim Clark is. Anyway, she worked directly for Jim Clark. It was funny. Jim Clark and a nerd named Mark Andreessen were working together on software that lets you look at pictures on the internet, on the World Wide Web. And they were doing beta tests on this Mosaic browser. And so anyways, this friend of mine, if you will, she worked in the Silicon Valley. She just got out of business school. And she was riding her bike. She had a nice bike, road bike. She's got, all spandex on, a helmet with the little mirror and everything. And she gets a call from a friend of hers who's a recruiter. And the recruiter said, go see them right now. You're not far. It's right around the corner. So she rides her bike, goes to this nothing important of an office, walked in and she started asking questions. And she's like, are you getting feedback from all these, floppy disks you're sending to college kids around the world? And they're like, no. She's like, yeah, you need to be following up with them and asking questions and learning about how they're using your browser. And they're like, could you do that for us? She said, sure. So that was the first employee, non-founding employee of Netscape. Jim Clark took the company IPO quickly so he could buy his $100 million yacht. It's the only reason he took Netscape public. He needed the money for his boat. And he sat her down and said, buy yourself a house, buy your mom a house, go on a nice vacation, whatever. And take the rest of your money and lock it away until you're 50 years old. No, it was 40 years old. Lock it away until you're 40 years old. And she did it. So therefore, she worked for me for several years, but knowing that she had a 40, 50, 60, probably $100 million retirement. Everyone else blew their money on drugs and real estate, and they all became angel investors and lost all their money. Game says, how do you work from at a trading desk of Bank of America? It's not that complicated. You should, however, have some experience. Okay. You should have some education. if you can't go to Harvard or some other good school, if you can't go to a decent school, then at least get your first level 1 or level 2, or maybe complete all of the CFA program, which won't help you at all on the trading desk, but it'll get you into a bank. You got to remember they're a big corporation. And when you're on the trading desk, you're just executing orders. You're not making decisions like we do. You're not a trader per se. You're an executor. So I have someone that runs a trading desk, a bond trading desk, at one of the largest banks in Canada. That's what he does. And he just processes orders. The phone rings and they're like, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. And he's just picking up the phone, and they're just like, buy this and buy this. And that's all he does. And he manages a team. That's all they do. Okay. Theta says CFA should be enough for an interview. Yeah, and Theta, probably even just level 1. Like, you don't even have to complete it, right? But it would help to have, you'd probably need a college degree, and ideally not in English or journalism or sports marketing. Maybe an economics degree, maybe a finance degree, maybe a business degree, something like that. Maybe a math degree would be great. But yeah, that's how you would start. You'd make a lot more money working for a hedge fund. So this is working out quite well. I'll probably hit 600 pips today. Cool. That'd be nice anyways. Take a look at dollar. Yeah, law degree. All right, let's start with the pig dog. Let me change this. And let's see. Well, this is a good setup for a swing. And the confusing part of this is an aggressive entry and a conservative exit. Probably not what you were expecting. Okay? So if you're still a bull on this, you're going to use this area here as your buy zone. Okay? So if you are a bull, you would drop into a fiver and wait. No, I don't, Games. No, I don't. I don't even believe they're a prop firm. Okay, so you would just set that up and wait. Hurry up and wait, folks. Got to pick your lines. You're probably at a reasonable zone to start looking for your change of direction. And America is opening. So the way you'd probably play this out is you got to watch this price and you got to watch this price. And most likely what will happen is down, up, down, 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 or up, 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 okay? And something like that. That's how a bull would do. Yes, Mark Williams, that is what I think as well. If you think about it from an investor point of view, like where does the money come from, it makes absolutely no sense. But whatever, I don't even like talking about it. Cool. So, right? And if you're a bull, the reason I have it drawn this way is you're going to have to watch this moving average kind of roll over for you, right? And that's probably what you're going to do the rest of the morning. On says, why is Powell having another speech today? Well, this is one of the responsibilities of the FOMC board members is to communicate. So he's trying to educate the market. So what he's been doing in his communication lately is testing the waters. So 2 days ago, he said if he had to raise by 50 basis points, he would. And it was a test. Then he listens. Okay, did the stock market drop 5%? No. Did it drop 2%? No. Did it drop 1%? No. So the reaction was quite benign. So if he's speaking again today, he's going to bring it up again and say it differently and see how the market reacts. And he's testing the water. He's testing the fence, to quote the great Jurassic Park, to see if he can actually do it. So that's what's going on. Theta says all hike scenarios priced in, not 50 basis points. So that's why Powell is bringing it up now to see if he can. Is the stock market... See, if the stock market thought he was going to do it and that the market itself couldn't handle a rate hike that high that fast, then the stock market would decline quite significantly. You'd have it down. You'd have it like -3%, -4% day because like, oh my God, the Fed's jacking up interest rates 50 basis points, and you got to price that in, and you devalue the stock and all that kind of stuff, and you'd have a big negative day. But that didn't happen, so he's going to bring it up again and again and again. But has it been priced in? No, not really. Okay. So it's communication and testing of waters. Okay, just sort of right back to where we were. So there's nothing more to add. We did that all 2 days ago. I think Aussie is more interesting. I think the Aussie pairs are getting closer and closer to topping out. In particular, yen pairs. But right now, commodities are following, commodity currencies are following commodity prices. So you have this up, 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 down, down, 4 hour 21. That's that. Okay. Sharona. Big fella's been short for days. Then you're not doing it right, my friend. Why would you be in a losing trade for days? I can fix you, big fella. No, even the wording hopefully. Just, oh, it's terrible, big fella. Oh, man. Oh, man. We got work to do, my friend. Just the language you use and the actions you're doing. We need, yeah. No, you're probably not an idiot. You might be, but I don't know you. You might be an idiot, but I don't think so. Probably not. But there are some lessons you need to learn, of course. And you're shorting the strongest currency on the planet, which is not a good idea. And you're holding a losing trade, which is a terrible idea. And this idea, the language of, hopefully. What do you mean hopefully? I don't even know what that means. You thought it was overbought, what, Aussie versus USD? Well, I think there can be a turn of events, but I think it would be, right? I think it would be more yen based. So if you recall, do I have it here? Maybe I have it somewhere else. Maybe I have it here. No. All right. Let me change this. I know it's Aussie. We just did this recently, so it's nothing new. Okay. My projected high, okay, for 20, oops, let me do this in black. My projected high for 2022, okay, was 91. Okay? That's the projected high for the entire year. Cool, right? So let me remark this now with the horizontal line. Let me open this up. Horizontal line properties. 91.00000. Okay, there we go. Not perfect. We haven't touched it. Okay. Did you hold? Yeah. Yeah, games. Why, is that a long time? In fact, if you look at these, this is March 9th, this is March 9th, and this is March 11th. So those three trades are all more than 2 weeks. They're more like 3 weeks. Alistair's like, how about 12 weeks? Yeah. Well, big fella, it's an idea, my style, and some people don't like it, but that's okay. My style is to take lots of little trades, and if you break even or take a small loss, then it's no big deal. But the goal is to try to get into good trades. But if they fail, you never, ever, 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 ever take a big loss. Now, an amateur trader, what they'll do is they'll sell here and lose a little bit of money. And then they'll sell here and lose a little bit of money. And then they'll sell here and lose a little bit of money. And then they'll sell here and lose a little bit of money. That's not what I'm saying either. Okay? This chart, using basic technical analysis, is bullish. So the only thing you can buy, or the only thing you can do is buy. Okay? And now if we get a lower low, lower high, then the only thing you can do is sell. So there's got to be rules of engagement. So in this up scenario, what you do is, because you can only be a bull, okay? And there's rules for that. And by the way, it's all covered in the free training courses that are in the description below. It's free, okay? Take you an hour, hour and a half, I think hour and 20 minutes. You get some basic rules of engagement, okay? And in those free videos, it'll clearly define why this is bullish or how you discern that it's bullish. The second thing is, if you're a bull, you cannot, it's impossible, you cannot buy high. You cannot. It's impossible. That's not what bulls do. Bulls only buy low. Okay, that's it. So if you look down here, red candle, red candle, red candle, green candle, buy. Green, 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 green. Okay, down, 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 down. Okay, buy. Green, 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 down, 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 buy. Green, 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 buy. Green, 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 green. Well, well, maybe a buy. And then all of a sudden, notice this. This is where things get interesting. Higher high, higher low. Higher high, higher low. Higher high, higher low. Okay? Higher high, higher low. Higher high, higher low. Lower high. What? Shields up, red alert. Okay? Okay? And so you could exit all these trades now. Now, big fella, if you were a bear in that whole situation, you would avoid it because you only sell lower highs. So you might spot this and say, ooh, that's interesting. And you trap it. Now that you trap it, you have two choices as a bear. Sell at the top or sell at the breach. And then sell what? Lower high, lower low. Lower high, lower low. Okay? You, right? What do you stink? Smell like a plan? Look at these trades. Look how they run for you. For your yellow Lambo. Wait, for your Lambo. And it all yellow. Anyways. Cool. Your skin, yeah, your skin and bone turned into something beautiful. I hope you know that I love you so. Oh, I love you so. Bum 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 bum. Well, it's not about being right or wrong, big fella. It's about trading properly. So I'm not saying you were wrong in your idea. I was just saying there was no technical analysis to confirm your hypotheses. So using scientific methodology, big fella, you should not have entered the trade yet. Now, you might be right, and you might be a month early, but your technical analysis would have told you you're too early and that market conditions were not favorable for your idea, or, because I don't know when you started trading, or technical analysis would have told you that market conditions changed so that it's no longer favorable for your bearishness. So I don't know if you had the right idea or not. That comes down to your time frame. You know, maybe 3 months from now, it'll be making lower lows and you'll say, see, Wayne, I told you so. But the thing is, holding on to losing trades like that will lead to bankruptcy. Okay? So I will say you're horribly, horribly, horribly wrong, but maybe you're just early. Well, the thing is, you'll be insolvent before you'll be able to say, I told you so. So technical analysis should be used to confirm or deny your hypotheses, okay? Something changed in the market. Okay, yeah. So what happened last week, by the way, this is the top of last week. And that top predicts this low. And because of this, when it hit the low, that predicts a counter trend. Now, not necessarily that high, but the basic thought process is back to here. So this is logical, and this move is logical. And so bears did what bears do, okay? And bulls did what bulls do. Okay. And one of those teams won, but the thing is, you have to be on one of the teams. And so if you had shorted in here, which just is a basic, simple, boring, every day, every week swing trade, there's nothing interesting about this. It's so basic. And the target is also, that's as conservative and simple a swing trade gets. Okay? And the counter trend is as basic and simple as it gets. You just have to be a bull or a bear. So at this point, after 2 days of falling, at the bare minimum, big fella, right, your stop would be at break even, right? And you wouldn't be losing money here. Now, if you sold down here, you did it wrong. That's completely 100% wrong. Okay. Well, there's no such thing as too early because you use your charts. Technical analysis is for timing. Okay. So the issue, I don't know when you sold. Okay. But the thing is, your risk management is just, it's, I think if I was kind and empathetic, I would say, you need to work on it. More likely is it doesn't exist. So you're going to need some better rules of engagement. That's all. See, all the commodity currencies are on hold now, huh? Right on, big fella. Well, if you pay the $88, you'll probably get, just from the training videos themselves, you'll get a better handle on how to read the market so you could manage your entries and your exits a little better. But you might think that that's a sales pitch. I'm trying to scam you out of your 88 bucks. But you can fit, so do what you want, man. Yeah. Do. Look at the yens. Look how they fall for you. Profitable too. Yeah, so anyways, I don't know. I think I'm done. I don't know. I think I'm done. $88 is fair. It used to be like $2,000, big fella. Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at the comment. Like, it's fair. Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, I guess so. Already did gold games. Yeah, I lowered it because of COVID. My contribution to society. Okay, you can see this breach, this old plan here was a bit of a rollover. And it's not wrong analysis, it's technical analysis. Okay? And at that time, we were at one price in the market that said if this was going to roll over and head down, it would do it at that price and that time. There's only, that was, right? That was back on Sunday. So it's not a prediction, it's just that's what technical analysis says. Now the flip side of that, of course, is if you got yourself a runner, it would breach through resistance, give you your little pullback and be Oscar Mike. You'll hit that early and there'll be some profit taken. Okay. You know what I'm talking about? So this isn't bearish. Bulls are selling this. But, and that's a big but, there could be soon bears. There could be. There might be. Do what you want. Okay? But right now, based on technical analysis only, there are only bulls on this trade, and the bulls are selling. Now, they could buy it back up, and we just keep going. Or they do one of these, and they keep going. Right now, this chart is nothing but bull. Okay? It's nothing but bullish. On this 1 hour Aussie yen chart, technically speaking, we're just looking at the chart, there is nothing but bullishness. The only traders on this are bulls or bankrupt retail traders selling into something they should be buying. Okay, whatever. And they don't matter anyways. Okay, cool. So now we're here, and the only traders now are still bulls. Okay, you see what I mean? Bulls are buying, bulls are buying, bulls are selling. Now, at some point, if you were a bear, you would use technical analysis to maybe discern that now there are actually bears. A bear would sell a double top, a bear would sell a lower high, but a bear would never sell a higher high. So we're at a point in which bearishness could develop, but has not yet. So if you sold this, you're a degenerate gambler, and your mother is disappointed in your behavior. And you do not want to disappoint your mother. Okay. How do you know? First of all, wrong question. You don't ever know. So again, I'm just picking on language, but how do you decide if yen is going to continue a weakness? Is it monetary policy, interest rates? I don't believe that's what's happening right now. Okay? But I want you to think about it. How does a currency weaken? And I want you to think about Japan, since it's Japanese yen. I want you to think about how it actually happens. Remember, right? This is not a video game. This is Forex, not Fortnite. So you have to think about it like the yen is really weak right now. And then you would have to think about it and write a narrative or think of a narrative, a story. I want human behavior, human needs and emotions involved. What is actually happening? So I would ask you to write a college level paper and give me some ideas and back them up with some research. And in the Western world, you'd have 3 ideas. Idea number 1 right now is happening, and that would weaken the yen. Other thing number 2 is happening, and that would weaken the yen. Number 3 is happening, that would weaken the yen. So on and so forth. And then you write your opening statement, right? And your thesis statement. You'd have a conclusion at the end. And if you're really smart, if you're an A student, you'd have one paragraph that would challenge your 3 ideas. You'd put in the counter argument. And then you'd have an A-level paper. Now, if you can't do that, you don't know what you're doing. Now, it doesn't mean you won't be correct. You can trade any way you want. But I think if you're going to be a professional Forex trader one day, you would be able to say, the yen is weak right now, and here's the 3 reasons why. And it will strengthen when you get this other thing happen. And therefore, you're looking for that thing. Okay? And then, of course, if you really want to get through it, even further into it, your 3 things, one would be internal, one would be external, and one would be social, or something like that, and you'd really, really get your paper tight. But the thing is, I can answer that question. The question was, how do you know if yen will continue weakness, monetary policy or interest rates? Maybe. But I don't think that's what's happening right now. Yeah, be careful, Robin. You're going to look shit for your wedding, right? You're going to look like shit. You got to You got to look good, my friend. They're going to take pictures of you. Get some sleep, drink lots of water. Yeah, unorthodox. It's time to up the game, man. Okay, so not very many likes. Oops. I'm trying to add value. I hope you appreciate this. But like I said, the only people trading this right now are bulls. Bulls buy and bulls sell. It's one misconception about the markets that retail traders have. They think bulls trade against bears. Okay? Bulls or amateurs think that bulls are trading against bears. And it's not true, actually. Oh, is that right? There's actually 67 likes. So thank you for that. And to the other half of you, what the hell, dude? Seriously? Right on. Yeah, it is important. Especially if you do aspire to be a professional trader, you will have to have conversations to raise money. But also, and I talked about this in the day trading group last night as well, that you will spend a pretty reasonable amount of your time educating and mentoring your clients. You will need to communicate with your clients and help them understand. They're not traders. If they were traders, they wouldn't be hiring you. So they will panic if news hits and markets crash. They will take their money away from you when they're afraid. Now, you might be doing well and you're not afraid. You got it all planned out. But if your client is freaking out, they're going to pull their money away from you. And it'll be too late. You'll get hit by redemptions and your clients are running because they're afraid. And you're like, what are you afraid of? I have this all planned out. I set this up weeks ago. They don't know. They're afraid. So the easiest part of being a professional trader is trading. If you can't do that, you're not a professional trader. But that next level has huge amounts of complexity. When you have clients, you'll have to run a small business. You'll need to manage lawyers and accountants and compliance people. Okay? You'll have to do marketing. But there's only certain kinds of marketing that you can do. Because you're a regulated entity. You will have to work with regulators. You'll have to file reports. You'll have to work with auditors. But once you finally raise money, which means you have to pitch clients and close clients, which is hardcore sales, then once you get the clients, you're going to need to mentor and educate them. And they don't want to hear about your 5/8 cross or your stochastic oscillator. That's not what the conversations are going to be about. They're going to ask you about the Fed. They're going to ask you about interest rates. They're going to ask you about, what about cryptos? What do you think about gold? Where are we going to be in 9 months? Where do you think the stock market's going to be? And if you say, well, I don't know, you're not much a professional. Oh, I don't have an idea. So at the very least, I would recommend you could write a college level paper or whatever, your best iteration of a college level paper that would talk about some of these topics. At the very least, why is the yen weak? If I asked you that question, why is the yen weak this month? You should be able to explain it. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. I'll put that in the wine account. Okay? No, I don't know. That's in the wine account. That's in the complete toolkit at MetaTraders. So like when I go to templates, you see these X's? These are things that are included in the complete toolkit at metatraders.com. And these other ones are in the $5 version. So like, I like this one too. You know, it's got automatic trend lines. You can see them there, right? That we're breaching the longer term to the downside, which is all very interesting. Am I a competitive person? No. Oh, right on, Robin. Cool. That's cool, Robin. Yeah, a master's in economics. It's cool. So I will be in Cambridge in about 2 months. I think it's 65 days from now, to pick up my master's degree in financial management, but class of 2020. They're finally doing an in-person presentation. Now, I thought the Prime Minister of New Zealand was our commencement speaker. That's cool, but she's, but that's for 2022. They're doing that a couple of days earlier. So the Prime Minister comes to Harvard, speaks to the audience, and then leaves. And then they're redoing 20 and 21, and that has a different commencement speaker. So it's a whole different commencement ceremony. And so our speaker is the acting current Attorney General of the United States. Which is not too bad, I suppose. So that's cool. So I'll go do that. And it should be an interesting day. And get that all knocked out. So that's all done. So, yeah, got my new cap and gown again. Going back through commencement again. So that's cool, Robin. I'm glad you're interested in pursuing education, in particular in economics. I love economics. It's really cool. Remember, it's a social science. If you do finance, so I have a graduate level education in finance, and finance is math. There's a lot of math to it. It's all math, in fact, because you're trying to figure out the value of cash flows. And there's model after model after model after model, and it's just math. So they're like, what's this company worth? Do the math. What's this apartment building worth? Do the math. What's the value of this stock? Do the math. All right, that's all right. That's all right. But economics is more of a conversation, and it's the study of scarcity and the choices that you make. So economics and behavioral finance, I think, are really, really, really fascinating subjects. But traditional finance is just, how much is the bond worth? All right, well, what's the face value? What's the yield? How long till maturity? Let me plug the formula, right? Plug all the data into the formula. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, it's worth $1,322.76. And then someone will say, well, what did you use for your risk-free rate of return? Oh, I used the yield on the 10-year T-note. Oh, okay. Well, what if you use the 2-year? Oh, I'll change that. You change the variable. Beep, 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 $1,318.27. Oh, okay. And you're just plugging numbers into formulas. Okay, that's finance. Nothing against finance. But I would just hire someone to do that. Hey, formula bitch, what's this apartment building worth? Well, let me crunch the numbers. Great. Hurry up. But economics and behavioral finance is, think of it as game theory. And so I've studied game theory quite a bit, and it's really interesting. If this person does this, the next best move is that, but you could also do this thing, this or that. And if you do this, their next move will probably be that, but maybe that. And then you start playing out with decision trees and all that kind of stuff and probabilities. And it's much more interesting. Behavioral finance and economics. What will you do if interest rates get too high? So like I heard on the radio yesterday, that because interest rates are going up, mortgages are going up. And because mortgages are going to go up, people are going to buy less houses. They could not be more wrong. It's okay, though. Not everybody can be smart. We're smart. We're smart. Our group, our conversations are intelligent. Okay? So there's 139 people listening right now, but there probably have been 300 or 400 people who have come and gone because they log in, they're like, he's not going to tell me what to do. Oh, and then they disappear. So they're not smart. You can't be mad at them. Most people have an IQ of less than 80. I'm not shaming anybody. I'm not belittling anybody. But if you are much more interested in why things happen, and you're interested in breaking down the pieces of how these things happen so that you can learn and understand and maybe even somewhat predict, then you're going to have to ask the bigger questions. And so I think economics, behavioral finance, game theory, fundamentals, macroeconomics, global money flow, all lead into what we do. And also technical analysis. Okay? So have fun with that economics degree. I think you're going to love it. I love it, is all I'm saying. Okay. George Simon says, hey, everybody, Big Master, where do you see the US dollar going in the next 3 months? Let me ask you something, George. Are you still here? Or did you ask that question and then leave? And by the way, Robin, when you go through the macroeconomics course, that just covers everything you're going to learn in your master's degree. I'm telling you, if you just did what I in the macroeconomics course, you could walk in and get your degree. Like, I'm not joking. I am not even joking. Yeah. You might have to learn the calculus, though, but anyways. All right, so Georgie's here. Good. I didn't want to answer if you came and went. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. Well, let's do a test. Why is savings equal to investment? Why is consumption Did we do exotics? Yeah, we did, Peter. I can go again for you. Right? Yeah, we'll leave that. But think of it like, why is savings equal to investment? Well, this would answer a question, okay? Why? Some of you guys are going to get pissed at me. Why do poor countries stay poor? As an aggregate, I'm not talking about an individual person in a poor country. As an aggregate, the country doesn't save. Why? Well, they either are so poor there's no money to save, or they have some money, but they don't trust their banking system. So poor countries save poor because they don't save. Now, what is investment? Well, you put your money in a bank, and the bank lends it out to things like mortgages, so let's say houses, or to a small business in your neighborhood. Okay, and what happens from this investment? Well, first of all, now these guys have businesses, or, right, the value of your home goes up, the value of the business goes up, the business hires people, and now more people are saving, which means there's more money to invest, so businesses can borrow more, hire more people, now more people are working, and now they save more. And because they have good jobs, they take their savings and buy a house and take on a 30-year mortgage. And because everyone's working, the value of the house goes up. And it's a fancy way to say, what? There's a return on investment. So what's the definition of, let's say, either rich or wealthy? Why do wealthy countries stay wealthy or get wealthier? Because you save money, the money gets invested into the economy, there's a return on investment, which means you have more money for more investing, more money for more investing, more money, more money, more money, more money, more money. The rich get richer and the poor stay poor. Interesting, right? I love economics. Okay, go back to the question now. What will the US dollar do the next 3 months? I want people in the chat to answer that question. Not what you think. What does Wayne think the US dollar will do for the next 3 months? Can anybody answer that? What do you think my answer is? Yeah, there are other models, but yeah, there's all kinds of conversations we can get into, but that is yes. But thank you for, yeah. Uh-oh, look at Richard, huh? Dwayne's in the house. Good morning, Dwayne. Okay, cool. Nice. Well, about 95% of you say the US dollar will weaken. That you think that I've said that it'll weaken. So we'll leave it at that. Do you not see the Fed's raising interest rates? I totally do. Absolutely. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Right, Darko. Yeah, you're right. Oh, man, you're pouring concrete? Are you far from Georgia? I need a concrete guy. Actually, I got a concrete guy that has not finished his job, and it's been almost a year now, and he's only had maybe 3 weeks worth of work. It's driving me nuts. But I have another concrete crew coming in like 2 weeks, so I got to get this guy to finish, and I got that crew coming. Oh my God. Okay. Unfortunately, the right, yeah, it's too late. If I had only known, man, I didn't know you were a concrete guy. Yeah, I'm a cheap ass though too, huh? You're like, oh wait, that's gonna be 100 grand. I'm like, yeah, how about 20 grand? You're like, what? Anyway, so that's where I'm at. Looks like I've communicated effectively. Okay. And I also invite you guys to pay the $88 and take the training courses, or do the free ones. But dude, 88 is almost free, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. You're probably pretty good. Yeah. It was so hard during COVID, but like this guy was pouring a wall. And he shows up the first day with plywood, and I'm like, what? I'm like, that ain't going to work. But anyways, what a disaster. I'm like, where's your 2x6s? Who pours a wall with plywood? But anyways, I'm like, that ain't going to work. And now that it's poured, yeah, well, I'll just have to build another one in 10 years. That's all. So I'll leave you at it. It's another wonderful day. Thank you for being alive. And since you're breathing, thank you for spending time with me. I appreciate you in my life. I didn't get enough sleep last night or the night before, so I could have just slept in. But instead, I got you to give me the strength to get out of bed and do what needs to get done. Yeah, Dwayne, I've seen it. Like, yeah. Thank you, Matrix. Right. So I'll see you in the morning. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Remember, don't listen to me. Never take advice from a guru on YouTube. It's got to be the dumbest thing. I would never do it. I don't take advice from anybody, especially the experts. Okay? But what I am trying to show you is the logic and the process that I go through to make decisions and I make mistakes. I am often wrong. The point is not about being right or wrong, but how you go through a logical process to make decisions, and then you use technical analysis to say, oh my God, you're wrong, and you take a small loss before it's a big deal. And when you're right, of course you're right. Why? Well, you went through a lot of thought process and a lot of logic to make that decision. You made a decision. Of course you're right. I mean, why wouldn't you be right? You thought about it. You right? So I'm trying to show you the logic and the process that I use to make my decisions. And I'm trying to give you an example of how to be wrong as much as I'm trying to give you an example of how to be right. But I would never belittle you by telling you what to do or really what the future holds. I'm showing you my process of developing a thesis. But if you're taking advice from a 20-something-year-old Forex guru, I hope you survive. Okay? So, peace on earth, may the pips be with you, may our profits be above average. Cheers.